and you've been there your entire life, of course you're not going to want to leave unless you see something that's the better option for you. If you go
Right.
down south and see a great grandmother and see how nice it is out there and see you ain't got to worry about getting shot or killed, then that makes them want to get out. But if you haven't gotten
Right.
out, I don't think that I think that's why they would want to stay because it's all that they
Excuse
know.
me.
You
You
got the
know,
Rona?
it's all they
Yes.
know.
I mean, I
I
got
was
you.
nervous after last week, but no.
Touche. That makes
Ooh.
sense. Only reason I wouldn't say is because it's like people that's never left. Like I know niggas that's never left Baltimore City or like the state of Maryland, but like they know that there's a wider world out there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's more opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like so
Yeah.
even though they never had the opportunity to actually get out, they still know that there's more to life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I
like
think
that's
niggas know, but to Coke's point, like you gotta see. Like I know there's other stuff out there, but until I see it, or better, until I feel like I can get it, I don't care about
Right.
it.
you right.
Cause
Right.
like
Yeah.
it's niggas from LA who never been to the beach.
But it's
Mhm.
But
The
I mean,
beach is right there.
get
You
all
never
this
been to the
money, Where
beach.
you gonna spend it at? In the hood? Like, and all the shit that you want that you see on TV ain't in the hood. You getting all this money in the hood. Like, where you gonna spend it? You gotta go somewhere. Like, you gotta try some shit.
You
know
know,
what I'm
somebody they was having that conversation on social media a few weeks ago. About there's a bunch of hood niggas or drug niggas that got all this money, but you can't spend it because you don't have no paper trail. So you can get a car, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can only get a certain type of car because you got to put down a cash payment,
Mhm.
and you can only go above a certain amount before they start doing background check.
Yep.
This is true.
You
But
can't
that's
buy no
anybody.
property. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't accrue. You just got a closet full of cash.
Right.
And the way that the things are moving, they try and phase cash out. So in a minute, you about to have a closet full of trash.
Nah, cash ain't gonna never.
Niggas using crypto.
Crypto is
A
definitely
gold.
my
A
love.
gold. I said gold. A gold.
Right? Yeah.
I definitely been on the Bitcoin wave like for the longest. Niggas was talking to me like I was stupid when I was talking about that shit.
Look, man.
Bitcoin stuff.
Like,
Niggas now asking me for
if you want to look at what's the innovation, like what's going to be the future thing, look at where the criminal activity is happening. You know what I'm saying? Or negativity in some form, right? Like if you think about what made VHS happen, the porn industry, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you look at when V8 yes it was when VHS when V8 no it wasn't when VHS was at the time it was VHS or Betamax. They were trying to decide what was going to be the format, and the porn industry chose VHS. Nah, the porn industry.
Okay.
The porn industry, dog.
Isn't porn part of the film industry?
But it's the porn industry because of the buying habits of people who consume porn.
Yo,
More people buy
VHS
porn
was big, bro.
They were a lot of work for designing
VHS.
What I'm saying is they were trying to decide what was the format of the future.
And like I said, so like if the film industry decided VHS, you mean to tell me more people was buying like film porn and then like movies that on screen, like the silver screen?
Betamax was a superior medium.
It is $1 billion.
People are
industry.
viciously horny. I believe it.
You said who? Who's horny?
People are people. They're just viciously horny. Like they are
That is
just
hilarious.
people. Just I believe this because people are gross. Well, I don't want to say gross. You have urges. That's natural.
No,
Whatever.
you're right.
Nah, people are gross.
Okay.
Right.
I didn't want
Come
to.
on.
Right.
There's definitely some nasty
You're right,
shit
girl.
that people concoct in their minds. This is true. I mean, some people's levels of nastiness vary, but I think that we all were in agreement when.
Some of the people is like wet bread nasty.
Yeah, some people
Some
are
people.
gross.
Yeah, some people are just dirty bitches. That's just true.
Look at the NASCAR. You know where NASCAR comes from? What made NASCAR pop?
What?
Bootlegging.
Oh, yeah.
Bootlegging alcohol.
That is true. You right.
They were souping up their cars so they can get away from the cops.
Police.
What?
Yeah.
How do you know this?
I forgot that. I heard that shit too.
Because Boone was doing it. He was alive during Prohibition.
Shut the fuck up. Nigga, I ain't never drank no hooch. No hooch.
No hooch. I've had moonshine,
Sound
but no
dirty.
hooch.
Hey yo,
It does.
this past weekend, oh well, no, there was a blackout. There's supposed to be a blackout this past July 7th. Which one of y'all niggas spent money?
Not me.
July 7th?
Yes, July 7th.
I don't know what day.
Yesterday.
That was yesterday.
Oh, yesterday I had.
So we know you was spending money.
Yeah, he don't even know what day it was.
I had to buy shit to keep my business afloat. I had to buy oil, filters. I bought a transmission for an Altima coupe.
See? But I
Did you
was
buy
talking
from
about
black
that.
owned business or do you buy from white person?
Honestly, I gotta buy from who's the cheapest and who's delivering right now because a lot of these spots not even delivering and shit. So like that shit fucks shit up. Like I literally ordered a fucking belt for Escalade this morning at 9 o'clock. I didn't get it until 2:13 because they ain't have no fucking drivers. You see what I'm saying? Like this whole COVID.
But you ordered it today and got it today?
I ordered it today.
He said he mad.
I got it at 2 in the afternoon. Do you not realize?
As a mechanic, that means something.
Fucking stupid. Like
imagine you was.
Understand. Yeah, you gotta explain it, cause.
Imagine you was in the waiting room waiting for your car. You had a 9 a.m. appointment, and the nigga ordered a part
at 9 a.m.
Yeah,
and they get there till 2.
That sound about right.
Or City, how about this? Your fat ass is in the carry out eating some. You order some food, and then you order some food, and then 5 hours go past, and they still cooking your fucking chicken box, and they killing the chicken.
Nah, they ordered the chicken.
They ordered the chicken. They ain't been delivered
short,
yet, so
yeah,
they can
short.
kill it. And then the mambo ain't came from the country of mambo to make the sauce, so they ain't even got the mambo sauce. You just waiting, and you already paid your money. You mad? Like so that shit will happen. Like, and that shit is stupid because it makes me look like a
okay. So how long is this supposed to take?
Wow, City got outage.
City got.
No, that's you, nigga.
Nah, that's not us. Nah, that's not us at this particular time.
Is on point except you.
Yeah.
Boost Mobile hotspot.
Not at this particular time.
You got the Boost Mobile hotspot.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
This shit is.
City, skip.
City 4G hotspot.
But I was asking, Wavy, how long is it supposed to take?
Normally, maybe 30 minutes to an hour at the most for a local parts delivery place. Like, bro, any place that's less than 5 to 10 miles from you, that shit should be there at least within the hour. Like,
wait, so why you ain't go get it?
My nigga, how am I supposed to leave the shop and go pick up?
You was waiting anyway.
No, I was not.
Nigga, if you was rubbing somebody down and you needed some lube and shit.
I was fixing
and you in the middle of rubbing them down and shit.
You gonna stop?
You need that lube. Stat. I need some lube. Stat.
You gonna send one of your?
Cause it's either that or leave them on the table until they get here.
You gonna slide off the table and shit.
And not pay you.
Or well, I know how to do it with no lotion though.
Look, I tell you this though, if buying black is important to you, then getting the cheapest item is not. It cannot be a priority to you, right? Because the overwhelming majority of black businesses are small businesses, so that means they're gonna have to pay more to get the same products than Walmart gonna have to pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but running an effective business does not have a lock-in on ethnicity or gender or race or any of that.
Right, but your thing was your first thing you said was. I gotta go for the cheapest price.
No, my first thing was I have to buy from whoever has it to offer, and
at the
for
cheapest
the cheapest
price.
Because at the current time I can't get shit. It's whoever. It ain't whoever offers it may not be the cheapest. They may not be the cheapest. You know what I'm saying? I gotta buy it from this nigga. $20, he won $40.
Oh shit!
I'm sorry, Ciara. Is that?
You over there
gargling
and shit?
Oh no,
who's
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It sounds like a whole fish tank, yo. It's really loud.
Under the
every time you do it, it goes straight to you. So we see you doing it, and you're so calm. Where's that noise coming from?
Yo, so cocaine diamonds.
Yes.
Do you? I ain't make that. Wasn't me. Do you have a jot down, a JAH'S jot down?
Oh yeah. So this week I haven't quite formulated it yet. I'll be doing that tomorrow, but I'm gonna be talking about what happened between 50 Cent and Lil Wayne about the exotic women thing.
Whoa, let's talk about it.
I think it's funny because I'm finding that the men feel completely different than the women. Like they're not really offended by it. And I'm finding out that it goes really, really deep, deep, deep too, to like slavery and colorism and all types of stuff. So I'm gonna talk about that. But one of the points that I found interesting, I want y'all to speak on, was that Lil Wayne's daughter, Reginae, and people know that Lil Wayne, most of his girlfriends and fiancés, besides the black ones, have been white, like white or Greek or like some quote unquote exotic race. And his daughter made a tweet kind of like reassuring and reaffirming to black girls, like, I am beautiful, I am worthy. And then the mom tried to, you know, reinforce that and made a post on IG about it. So it's like, did they have to do that? Like, it's just, I feel like this conversation we've been talking about, like I said earlier, we've been talking about the same problems, same issues that we have. And I think the question that I want to ask the men more so is like, y'all say that black women are angry, or it's a stereotype that makes y'all go to the other race. But it's like, I know everybody that y'all meet that's black don't act like that stereotype. So when y'all use that stereotype stuff, what do y'all have to say about the ones who are beautiful and black and, you know, mild mannered and, you know, whatever that stereotype is? So I want to kind of ask the guys that question, like, why did, like, all of us ain't like that.
I like to know what City has to say.
I go first. Cause all right, so in the video, 50 was talking about y'all. I like, cause they look exotic. Like, don't nobody over here look like that. But at the same time, like, I don't. That feels so trendy to me. Like, purposely dating a woman because she looked like that, or like fetishizing. Jesus,
I hate that word.
Spell it out, my nigga.
Fetishizing women that look like that is so. It's like buying them fat, ugly, like Gucci shoes. Or you know what I'm saying? Like it's a trend. And also what I've noticed about foreigners, whether they be black or not, they don't always fully understand the black experience in America. So with that, I'm still more partial to black American women. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that you, like, our connection will be different from anybody else because you've been here, you grew up here the whole time. You understand. You have a better understanding of what happens to us here in this country. And in my growth and listening to women more, I don't think that they're all angry.
Look at Coke face.
A lot of times they're justified in their anger. Like niggas don't want to admit it, but like person to person, like take sex out of it, and it's just person to person or human to human. I understand why you mad. I get why you mad. We try to reduce it to, oh, she's just a woman, or she just being emotional. Like, nah, like, nigga, if somebody did that to you, you would be upset. But you try to play on the fact that she's a woman, and usually women are more emotional, so her reaction may be a little more emotional. But based on principle, a lot of times they are fully justified in them being upset. Like if Coke and Boone working at a job and they both GMs, Boone getting paid $80K a year and Coke getting $65 a year, Coke has every right to be upset. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that ain't how you supposed to handle. You gotta chill.
I just want you to stick to the 50 Cent.
All right. Well, yeah. All right.
Let me ask you. Well, how about this? See, I think that's like a form of self-hate.
Wait. I just want. Wait. Let Wavy, you know, say what he got to say. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Go ahead. Nah, I want to hear what everybody got to say. I want to hear what everybody got to say.
Could you please
I do too.
Could you please repeat the question in hand, just so we can stick to the topic?
What is that?
We can't hear him.
Yeah, you gotta speak up.
Oh man, I'm hot. Can you repeat the question so we could like stick to the topic though? Like, you know what I'm saying? So everybody, could you refresh niggas' memories? Like,
Just pretty much like, what do you think about 50 Cent and Lil Wayne speaking about how they date exotic women and how black women are the stereotype? Do you agree that we're the stereotype, or there are exotic black girls out there worthy enough to be with these rappers?
I want to say this. One, I agree with their preference simply because at the end of the day, they're living the superstar life, which is nothing but like Tinseltown and just artificial shit. And a lot of these exotic looking bitches be artificial anyway. So, I mean, if that's what the fuck they like, that's what the fuck they like. I mean, I can understand why, because it's only around.
No,
so that's what they used to, that's
because
fine.
Wayne girls' friends was fat, not fat. Not to
PHs,
say fat, but they were big bone, and they weren't the plastic.
Facts. Well, I mean, that's I can say like, if they said that was their preference, I can understand why that may be their preference, because that's, I guess, what they're more so around a lot, in my opinion. And in regards to with them saying, all black women are angry, I don't think that all black women are angry at all. What I think is all black women, or most black women, are just fed up with the bullshit and all of the dumbness that's going on. So like, what you would take for anger is just their dissent for you trying to undermine their intelligence. Like, nah, nigga, like, you already know that this shit is not gonna float, yet you gonna still try to pull this shit over me. The same way that niggas have, a issue or whatever, because niggas will be like, bitch, you really gonna try to treat me like I'm stupid, like I was born at last night, not at night. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's why a lot of people misconstrue it, and they're like, oh, black women is always mad. No, black women is just fed up with you acting stupid, because like most niggas be acting stupid. Just like when niggas say, oh, all black women is like this, it's not that all of them are, it's just that most of y'all exhibit the same characteristics, just like we do. So of course you're gonna be more inclined to categorize the whole, the whole shit. It's understandable. I'll make it right. I can understand it though.
Yeah.
I think
that was amazing.
But it was. Hold on, before you go, Boone. I'm gonna say one thing. I think part of what Wavy said, the key word was niggas be acting stupid, and that's why women so frustrated. Like, nigga, I know that you're not stupid.
Facts.
But you do so much stupid stuff, I almost want to categorize you as stupid. Like you go. It feels like you go out of your way to act stupid shit sometimes. Yeah, like, and that's where the frustration comes.
My thing, can you have a preference without putting your own people down?
Oh, okay, yeah, hold on. Yeah, that's interesting.
Don't bring us into it. We not. Just leave us alone.
You could definitely have. You know what, Ciara? I ain't gonna lie with you. That might be like one of the most profound things that has ever come to me. That is true. Like, I agree with that shit though. Cause
I can like what I like. I don't gotta talk down on everybody else because they're not my cup of tea. Like, and that's why he's looking like a clown. Like what you like. How you put down your own people?
Facts. Like
on Front Street in front of everybody.
You can like the exotic looking women, but it's still black women that look exotic, and you might like them. But just because all black women don't exhibit those same looks, like you can't put the rest of that category of black women in a whole. Shit.
Half of them paying to look like us anyway.
Facts.
Now, is it my turn?
Like. If I like Alfredo, I ain't gonna talk about Baked Ziti. You dig?
Is it?
You like Alfredo?
I mean, let's pause on the Baked Ziti talk. Like,
so let me see.
So boom, what do you feel?
This is what I say is this. My first question is, who watched the interview?
I just watched that part.
With
50 Cent and Lil Wayne.
I don't care about either one of those niggas.
Wow. Okay. Right. So I did. You know what I'm saying? Being a 50 fan. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I watched the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Get rich or die trying?
Now, the context of the conversation was, like Wavy said, I remember at one part of the interview, 50 was saying, people said, I got money, but I didn't change. And 50 was like, nigga, you must not have got enough money then. Right, you know what I'm saying? Because you're supposed to change. You ain't supposed to be the same nigga you was when you was trying to get it. Right? So that led into the conversation when they started talking about women, right? And basically what he was saying was, I have access to things I never had access to before. You know what I'm saying? And from my interpretation, I did not hear him say that black women as a whole are not exotic. What I heard him say was, I don't see these women where I'm from. So they're exotic. Anything that's outside of the norm of what I've grown up around, of what I see all the time, that's exotic. Right? Now, both of the mothers of his children have black ancestry. And the woman he's with right now is black or Puerto Rican. Right? So from his actions, he loved black women. Right? Now, the funny thing about the conversation was he said that when he was talking about having access to things he never had access to. And he was saying, like, yo, I indulge in this shit because I'd never been around it before. And he said black women get mad when I say that. Right? And he said, when they get mad, I call them angry black women to piss them off. And y'all did exactly what the fuck he said y'all was going to do.
Yeah, I don't like 50 Cent.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't do anything.
I don't like 50 Cent.
He did what y'all said y'all was going to do.
No, right? The way he treats his son and the way he treats the baby mother.
Everybody in here didn't watch the interview.
Okay, I'll watch it and I will get back to you, Boom. Then you can have this talk. Because I'm actually, now that we've had this talk, I'm not even going to talk about this on my jot down. I want to know, because I can see now this type of conversation will go on forever. Okay.
Let me say this, right? When I was in LA, the little time I spent in LA, I was in South Central. Seemed like the women around there have a slimmer build, right? It's not about having a big, thick, big ass. Like they got a slimmer build, like a California body. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now say that's where I'm from. I'm born and raised and grew up there, and I moved to Atlanta. Right, and everybody's ass is fucking huge. Right, and I go home, and I'm like, yo, all I'm talking about is the women out there, how they look out there. That they better out there, right? So black women who slim with no ass gonna feel like I'm putting down black women with no ass, when really I just saw something I never saw before. I'm like, oh my God, it's a whole new world.
You know? I think the issue comes in at the word exotic. I think that's the issue. It's just that word.
It's a trigger. It's a trigger.
Yeah, it is. Because I understand what you're saying. You can kind of use that in the same context as well. But having a big butt isn't seen as something that's like, bad or good. It's just seen as something either you're blessed with it or you're not. Or you get it done or you build for it. But being exotic, you can't kind of help that. That's like, I don't know how to explain it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I feel like my lady is exotic because she's not from here. Right? Because she, she's from a people that speak another language.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's exotic to me. And she black.
So how exotic is it if it's imported but bottled in Baltimore?
Baltimore got bottles?
Yeah, if you go to nigga, I've seen some shit in these liquor stores that say imported and then bottled and distilled in Lansdowne, Maryland, which is right down the fucking road on Washington Boulevard.
As long as it came from.
So we imported it from Lansdowne, or did we import it from another country? So what is the legitimacy to this exotic shit? Anywho, what y'all was talking about ass? I heard somebody say something about fat ass.
I feel like a lot of times people use the word exotic to mean like foreign. We know it means like something different, right?
Foreign to you.
Yeah, to you. And I think a lot of times when black guys, they really just mean from any place else. I don't think they always try to use it against black women saying that's better than us.
Yeah. Right. It's better, it's different.
That's what
thank you, Wavy. Like, it's the same reason why niggas cheat. They don't cheat because of better. They cheat because of different.
Like real shit. Like if I'm fucking my girl like every day, all the time, whatever. Like as a man, like You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's when you're supposed to like spice your relationship up and like communicate with your partner. You know what I'm saying? But like,
spice it up.
Like most niggas, like they'll be like, instead of doing all of that, because a lot of niggas feel insecure about that shit. So they'll be like, I gotta talk to my bitch. They gonna go find another bitch that's different. Then go wear it out and feel like the man.
But the thing is,
come back and be like, oh yeah, all right, bet I'm the man still. Now I'm gonna wear you out again.
Brian, be knowing what you got to say.
You know what I never understood about that?
What?
You gotta put in just as much work, if not more work, to cheat and keep the cheat a secret. You might as well put the work into your relationship.
I agree with you.
That's not true.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
It's not true.
What's not true? You still gotta
wine and dine it with the shits. Like some bitches make it easier.
That's not cheating.
That is cheating.
But the time,
if they with it, it's not cheating.
Energy,
that's cheating with a cheat
code. The time and energy that you gotta put in.
If they with it, it's not cheating. You talking about if your girl is with it?
So that's cheating with a cheat code.
He talking about you ain't got
the side. You talking about the side joints is with it.
Like, oh, I know you got a girl, like, but I don't give a fuck. Like, then I mean,
hey, yo, cheating is wrong, man.
I mean, that just makes
it's a waste of time and money.
It is.
Nigga,
can I ask y'all one question?
Hold on, Coach.
Valuable lessons by cheating. You could really
don't do it.
You can learn a fatal lesson, nigga.
Right.
I ain't gonna say nothing fatal.
Cocaine.
Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, real quick. Now, this probably gonna be my jot down, and I don't know if I even should ask y'all because I don't have any kids. But as you all see, but as you all see, Lil Wayne is Reggie's dad, and 50 Cent has kids as well. Does your happiness comes first if you know that your choice may influence your child a certain way, or should you be like, okay, I know I'm attracted to exotic girls, but maybe I should date a black girl to show my black daughter that I love black queens.
I think once they're an adult, you an adult.
I disagree.
No, but I mean, even as a kid.
I disagree 100% simply because at the end of the day, you're teaching your child two imperative lessons at the same time. You are teaching them to pursue your personal happiness by all means because you are no good to anyone else if you are not personally happy and good in your own heart.
Agreed.
Second of all, if you do want your child to understand and embrace their culture and ethnicity and have the love for that, you as a parent can see to it that they understand that same lesson. It does not matter about where you make your choices, but what you teach your child and what you show them to, what is right and what's wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or what is to be valued and what's not. Like, you instill values and morals in your child. Like, they don't assume values and morals. They get it from you. So, like, what you show your child, you know what I'm saying, like, to be right or to be accepted is what they're going to believe and revere to be accepted. Like, they can say, oh, my dad has a white wife, but... You know what I'm saying? My dad taught me to be proud of my blackness. He also taught me to be open, unfortunately, and respect and see that not all white people are bigots and racist. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a lesson that you're teaching your child to be a better person and a better asset to society.
I hear you, but I believe that your actions and what you're teaching must coincide, right? Yeah. Because I'm not.
Malcolm X actions and teachers coincide. That nigga wanted to fuck everything up walking.
Wait, Malcolm Little was doing that, not Malcolm X.
Little X, same nigga.
No, it's not.
Malcolm in the middle.
No, it's not. You know what I'm saying?
Malcolm in the middle.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
but
I think that your actions and when you're teaching to coincide, right? Like, when people ask that, like, can you be pro-black if you have a white wife, right?
Yeah.
And on one end, I mean, I guess you can because like
you can still
you could do a lot of shit that benefits black people. But at the same time, I feel like it would be contradictory for me to do some shit like that, right? Because like I love black women so much that I chose a white woman to procreate with.
Right.
Like that, like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm all about what you doing.
See, now you're bringing another tangent variable into the equation. We were just talking about being with the white bitch. Now we're talking about procreating.
So you talking about using a white woman?
But even still,
that's what you're saying. You talking about using her?
First of all, let's not jump the gun. You feel what I'm saying? Let's take it a step at a time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's already, a touchy enough subject for brothers. You know how, like comedians look at niggas like, oh, there's a lot of brothers in the room with the white woman.
We older than that, man. We older than that. We older than that, man. Niggas gotta get dog.
You gonna be 50 and niggas gonna be like, oh shit, there go the nigga with the white bitch. Like.
Nah, I ain't even talking about the white girl. I'm just talking about if you have a situation at home, focus on that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just focus on that shit,
My
man.
thing is, you can't let stereotypes and all that other shit like depict what lessons will be taught to your kids. Like you can't say like, oh, like your life is gonna like depict.
You're
like,
teaching
what
your
they
child
value.
that you're a hypocrite.
That is not true. You are teaching your child.
It is.
You are free.
You
to
are
make
like
decisions
that's
and
just like you like don't smoke and then you smoke around them.
No, that does not.
Drinking
mean
is bad and they always see you drinking.
That doesn't mean that you're a hypocrite. Like real shit. Like you have to understand.
That
When
is.
people normally.
Just
try to help
exactly.
people, like
If you tell them drinking is bad and then you
boom,
drink, that
But
is
that's
hypocrisy.
bad stuff, though.
If you tell them
boom, okay. it
you
could be-
cannot
They
drink
ain't white
because you are underage,
it could be-
that's not hypocrisy.
It could be hypocrisy.
Right,
but
that's-
nonetheless-
I tried to bite my tongue when this thing came
It
out.
could be hypocrisy, but the intent is still not ill-mannered. Like, the intent is to preserve. Like, okay, I fucked up walking down this street. My nigga, don't walk down that street. Now, if you choose to walk down that street, you get fucked up. Okay, oh well.
No, hold on. But what we saying is, you said don't walk down the street and then walk down the
Walk
street.
down the street.
It's not like you walk down the street and then said don't go down
Nah,
there.
you said nobody should ever walk down this street
That's
and
what
then
I'm
proceeded
saying.
to walk
Yeah,
down there.
and then proceed to walk down the street.
Yeah.
Yes,
To be
that's hypocritical.
no nigga. Like I said, if I say no,
Well, if you walk down the street, you didn't know that issue was down the street, and then walk down the street, and then said don't walk down there, that's fine.
if I tell you not to do something, but I do some shit, nigga, what I do is my business. But if I tell you
That's
not to do it,
hypocritical.
I'm telling you not to do it because I'm trying to stop you. Like me and you is two different people. We got two different lives, my nigga. Like what I do don't apply
Nah,
to you.
And
But
you're supposed to
when it comes
lead
to that
his
parent-
life or her
Right,
life.
when it
No,
comes to
I'm
that
not leading
parent-child
shit.
dynamic,
But-
cause now when you do that, you're treating your child like an
But
adult,
what
and
you
your
can
child
get away with,
cannot
I
make that
can't
difference.
get away with though. That's the thing. Like everything don't play out the same, my nigga. Like so,
No, but we talk
like,
right, but we're talking about
so
parent and
smoking
child
may
in this
not give me
situation.
cancer, but you may smoke a black amount and then you might fuck around and get lung cancer, my nigga. Like you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
but you said don't do it, but
Right.
as a child, I naturally want to be like my parent.
Right.
I want to do the things that my parent do, not necessarily do the things that they say.
That's
So if
Yo,
I see
when
you
I was like-
say
That's not
something
true,
and then
though.
do something different,
That's
when I was
not
like
true.
when I was like 5 years old, I got my ass whooped by my step grandfather
You
and
threw away
shit
his cigarette.
because they used to smoke
A lot of
cigarettes all the
words.
time
Threw
and
his
shit,
cigarettes away, didn't
and they left a lighter out,
shit.
no, or some matches out, and I had a Mr. Potato Head with the motherfucking pipe. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I was trying to light that motherfucker, and I'm melting the damn rubber or plastic,
Yeah,
whatever,
right
the shit,
now,
all in the
yeah.
carpet and shit.
To make it
You know what I'm saying?
smoke.
Bro, you ever had an ass whooping dangling by a wrist? Nigga,
Yo.
You know
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen,
Nigga, I'm not
the
on my-
same with like as a kid, nigga. I remember I threw my pop cigarettes away. I threw them in the next door neighbor yard, my nigga. This nigga whipped my ass, made me hop the fence and go get the cigarettes because he could still see them and shit. Like I wasn't even swift or like savvy. Like I threw them shits right there. Like as soon as you come out the back door and look down, oh shit, it's a whole carton of cigarettes over there in the next neighbor's yard.
Where I know y'all remember the bubblegum cigarettes, right? As soon as you get it out,
I
you,
used to get them from the ice cream man every
you know what I'm
day.
saying?
I was-
blow all the
Yeah.
smoke out and
I ain't
shit.
gonna hold you.
Right, because it was chalk. Them joints was nasty.
Like,
Yeah, it's powdered sugar.
Niggas trying to stop
Yeah,
my
it
parents
was
from smoking and they ended
so
up
bad.
smokers. Like, I mean, that doesn't mean that, like, you don't know better.
Exactly.
Like, okay, niggas do shit that they know is not good for them all the time, but, like, that doesn't excuse
Right.
you from still warning the next person that hasn't taken that step or done that shit. Like, hey, yo, my nigga, like, don't do this because it's gonna fuck you up. Now, if you choose to make that decision to do it against my motherfucking warning, that's your business. But I gotta
Nah.
tell you though, I got
But
to
you
Nah,
can't
yo,
do
as long as you my
but children-
responsibility, it's my business,
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's
and
different.
Because I'm
children,
responsible. You go do
children are
some
not
stupid shit, I'm
good.
responsible.
Boone, you gotta understand as a parent.
Children are
like,
not good at
you
making
tell
that
a child-
differential though.
the more you tell a
Right,
child not
right.
to
Because
do
when you
something,
say smoking is bad, but you still smoke, you saying it's not that bad.
no.
Right.
So if it's not that bad,
No,
as a kid, I still want to do it.
I know what you're saying, Wavy. You know, the more you tell the child something, they want to do the opposite. I understand that. I also understand how much liability I exposed my parents to with the shit I was doing.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Right? So you got to be on top of your kids.
I love Micheline to death though. 'Cause
You know what I'm
she
saying?
ain't never
But
gave up on
the question was, you know, I'm not. That's why I don't profess what people should do. I'll tell you what's right for me. You know what I'm
I
saying?
like
And
that.
I believe that the best way for me to go about things is to build a family with a black woman. You know what I'm saying? Have one of them joints and build with her.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Because like I I used to think like, yeah, I want to have this one, that one, that. Hey, yo, man, one is enough.
No bullshit.
Really?
Right? It's enough, yo. It's enough is enough.
You know
what I'm saying?
Niggas had like 3 and 4 or 5 girlfriends in elementary, middle school and shit. Like, how the fuck can niggas do that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's but those not real relationships though. Like you not maintaining.
They not real relationships.
Niggas used to
when most niggas talk polygamy, what they really mean is I want to have sex with multiple people. Now I want you to take care.
That's what most people mean when they say shit like that.
Because it's hard
that shit ain't got nothing to do. It has the only thing that has to do with sex is the babies.
No, it's hard
right?
To find
because if
you want to keep smacking,
if you like if you look at the faith, you know, the Islamic people follow, right? You can have 4 wives, but you are required to care for them equally. You know what I'm saying? If you can't treat all of them equally, you can't have them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Right. That's for an exceptional man. That's not for the everyday man. Is like, I got this one, I got that one. Nah, man.
All of these Jones got
these kids growing up yearning for stability, man. You know what I'm saying?
Kids low key love stability. They act like they don't, but they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because they
that's when they thrive.
Adults do. Don't nobody want to go to work and your boss say, "Oh, we ain't doing regular work today. We doing something else." Man, I don't want to do nothing else, nigga. I ain't coming here for that. With enough,
and nigga, if they wheeling that cart with the TV strapped on,
that's different.
Nigga, I want to do that.
That means
I want to do that.
But I do that at the house though. Like if I'm a construction worker and usually like, all right, we laying asphalt or something for the street, and then one day he come up, oh no, we hanging the street lights. Man, I don't want to hang no street lights. I ain't coming here to learn, nigga. I came here to hang asphalt or like you said, boom, watch TV. I'm not trying to do nothing else, bro.
No, I mean, what the fuck? Sometimes change is good. Bro.
Yeah, man, you gotta add to your skill base, man.
Like change is the one thing you can bet on in life.
So Coke, you know, in conclusion, you know what I mean? You look exotic.
No bullshit.
No, I don't.
Right? Niggas would say you look exotic.
You look like a
right?
I don't know how.
And then as soon as some guy labels you as exotic, it's gonna be a whole bunch of black girls gonna talk about how black you not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what though? You know what helps with looking at that exotic look? Skincare. A lot of these youngsters that be like, nah, for real. If you look at a lot of women that guys call exotic, a lot of them have really nice skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? You know they use soap.
Man, no bullshit. But I gotta ask a question. What really is exotic? Like, is it because like you have like chinky eyes, or is it because you got pretty baby
just
hair?
different from what you normally see?
It's multiple features
that's what I'm
in
saying.
one.
Like, what makes somebody
that's what I think
just,
is exotic.
Hey,
besides somebody who's beautiful and exotic, that means they have a certain eye match with that nose, match with those lips, match with that hair, match with the skin tone. Like that's what I think. It's not just one thing that makes them exotic. It's
all right, so
let's
keep it funky, right? We talking about. They keep putting it on Lil Wayne, but he was just. If you watch the interview, 50 Cent was talking the whole fucking time. All Lil Wayne could do was like,
Even in that clip, all Wayne did was like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's on 50. It's not really on Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
But Wayne also has a track history of that. I like him long hair, thick, red bone.
Yeah, and the girl who was dancing.
Open up
light skin girl.
Who was dancing to the song?
Well, listen, I'll say this.
Oh wait, so you gotta keep it funky, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even Lil Wayne, but 50 Cent is from Jamaica, Queens. Right? I've been there. I have never hung out there. Right? But I would imagine if it's hood like they say it is, right?
It is.
Right? Then it got to be on some level equivalent to the hood that I currently live in. Right? And what I see on an everyday basis is not exotic.
This shit is Reggie.
That's because you see it every day,
right? I see this all day.
No
That's
But listen, but listen,
married.
no, but listen,
I
but
see
this,
people.
but this
Wait,
is what I'm gonna tell you. Because there's white men, there
people
is
outside
white
in
men
pajamas.
who trick. It is white men who trick on those ratchet girls, and they do see them as exotic
Because it's
So,
foreign to them.
Look at how white
exactly,
people is raised.
Right.
exactly,
That's
and
all
I
it
agree.
is.
But my issue with that thing being foreign to men, men see it as that, but we see it as anything but us, because anything but us is foreign to y'all.
But his
So it
current
don't matter
girlfriend is
what
black
shade
and
of
Puerto
black you
Rican.
are. I know.
His children's
but
mothers
I
are
don't-
both of black ancestry.
Yeah, no, one of them is Asian actually.
So she's saying she's fully Asian.
50 Cent, yes, his son. So the last one he just had is Asian.
She's
I
fully
don't know if
Asian.
she's fully Asian,
Okay.
but she is Asian. I mean, you can see it. I mean, like her skin tone, her eyes,
She
everything.
looks like a Kimora Lee.
And so is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne has like 4 baby moms,
Right.
and one of them
But his
is,
first
I
baby
think
mom
either
is
white
what?
or Asian too. Black, but that
Yeah.
doesn't matter. But see, that even makes it worse because all the ones who were with him during his struggle were black, and then once he blew the hell up,
They
were
were
all
children.
white.
They were children when they had that. When they
bro, I
had.
ain't about to. Listen, I ain't about to go back and forth with you, okay?
They were like 13. They were like 13 years old, weren't they?
No, they weren't that young.
They were
young.
like 13
Wait,
to 15
no.
years old when they had
They
they
were
when they
really
had the
young.
first girl.
Yeah, they was young.
They were
Who was
children.
13?
They were
They were
children.
hot. They weren't 13, but they were like high school age though.
13 to 15. 13 to 15.
It was somewhere in there,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it goes deep because
Which
they're
one was
not the only
13?
stars who date
The
other
girl, the
people.
Toya.
Toya one. It was.
Yeah,
How old
Toya
is
was
Toya?
They were
young. I
young.
think she
They
was
were
like
young.
16
They were
or 17,
children.
Yeah.
They were
Mhm.
children.
They actually got married and everything.
Right.
But yeah, I think a lot of that just goes down to a lot of black issues. How we're the number one race that don't get married, and the fact that y'all not marrying us, and then y'all want to choose girls who are exotic. It's like, damn, what is like what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Well, his exotic, the girl he probably gonna marry is black and Puerto Rican.
I guess so.
So
These-
like,
I don't know if he's gonna marry
I don't
her.
understand. So should she
I
be
don't
fully
think he's
black?
gonna marry her.
I know he said he's gonna marry. He's been in a lot of long-term relationships, and they don't seem doesn't like any of them has ended in a marriage. And she's like way younger than he is too.
Who?
She gonna get
50 on
tired of
50?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I tell you this.
She gonna get tired of him.
I think that
It was.
men and women
15 and
shouldn't
16.
really shouldn't. It's not set up for us to be the same age and to be at the same level of maturity.
Yo, like,
Yeah, because y'all
Right.
don't fully mature until y'all
I
43
should-
years old.
I should be older than you.
Oh, I'm very.
But
mature.
he's like 20 years older than she is, isn't he? He's like old. Isn't she in her 20s?
But he gonna treat
Wait,
her.
who we talking about?
He
I
gonna
missed
treat
it.
her like she should be treated because
50 Cent.
he has the means to do so. He's been through
This
enough
is true.
bullshit that he's like, yo, I'm gonna treat this one right. You know what I'm saying?
I be mature, man. I don't know what
Right.
y'all
It took a
talking
nigga a whole decade to fucking figure it out. But I mean,
But that's how it
it
is, though.
sucks. But, I mean,
Nah, that's because
That
I was
is
broke.
how it
That's
is.
why I ain't
And-
been
and
married.
what-
I'd have
what-
been married if I had the money.
What typically
I don't like
happens
this
is
all of it.
people have children and or get married young, right? And that's why the divorce rate is 50%
I think that niggas not
because they didn't know who
marrying
they were before they even got married to
black
someone
men
else.
Not marrying black women because we know y'all fuck around and probably got a life insurance policy on us. And
Oh,
fucking
shit.
Kill us and cash the fuck
Who's he
out.
talking to?
Because, like real shit.
What did this nigga be talking about?
That's the truth.
Who
You
is he
don't be
talking
watching
to?
them shit. Tell me you don't be watching them
Yo,
shits
he's
on
saying black women got life insurance policies on us.
And then they
Well, at
make
least they
it-
got life insurance. They
They
don't have to
don't,
go
'cause they-
front.
That's why
if
we
they
make
had
money
life
like
insurance
that.
policy, they'd have killed way more of us. They don't have no
Right.
life insurance.
Thank
Right.
you.
Nah, you
Thank
can't
you.
kill.
See,
You
see,
can't-
see, Jolly
Well,
Now I ain't got
Rag.
no damn life
You
insurance.
can't get the money
Hey.
if you commit the murder.
That's the problem.
B, well, if that, okay, even with that, they wouldn't be out marching for us. They were like, kill them.
Mhm.
No, they need us
Yeah.
to stay alive, nigga, so we can reach maximum maturity on our
Nope, because we still need y'all
No.
for that income and that
But if,
extra
but if I
wealth.
got a nice insurance policy,
Yeah.
Now,
Nigga, 5 good years in the
Niggas don't even be having insurance.
niggas do.
you got
I have,
yo.
That's
I
sad.
do not have
What
life
you're
insurance.
saying is you do not.
Do you have a homie that's
Oh, I
insurance
know
and you
this
feel some
nigga
type of way because
has
they
multiple.
sell insurance?
Yes.
Yeah, I have life insurance too.
Nigga,
A
I had
retirement.
I
all
know.
that.
Now,
I
you
put
you
money
guys
in my
familiar with
retirement.
Derek Grace, too?
Yes.
Right. right?
Who is
And
this?
Derek Grace,
He
right?
rude as fuck.
He's a guy.
He rude as fuck.
He's fully tatted up. He, like his whole body's tatted up. His face
Oh,
tatted up,
him.
right?
Yeah.
Dreadlocks or locks. You know what I mean? But he's from Florida, and he got children, and he be training them how to handle handguns and semi-automatic weapons and all that. You know what I mean? And they know the Constitution. They know their rights. You know what I'm saying? They know the laws, right? You know, they know how to build businesses, right? They already beneficiaries of several trusts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope.
You know,
That's dope.
if you guys are familiar with him, would you be okay with, emulating his model of child rearing?
Not as extreme, but to keep them informed and aware, because I think time is of the essence, and a lot of times our school system doesn't utilize the time when a child is really in the sponge, state when it wants to
Early
learn.
childhood development.
You can't hear me? Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I really don't feel like the school system uses our time to teach children when we should be teaching them, what we should be teaching them, that's beneficial for their uplift. Nobody in school taught y'all how to manage money or do any of that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Or make good decisions when it came to student loans and card note payments and all of that shit that niggas need to learn and shit. They just wanted to stuff you with a whole bunch of terminology and shit out of a textbook that some other nigga wrote. It may not even been true.
But no, some of that stuff is in the textbook. When I was at Morgan, I opened my matchbook. I just kind of threw it on the table and it opened up, and it had a whole section on breaking down how to do your taxes. I covered that part.
Yeah.
It's in
there.
I don't say that it wasn't available to you, City, but did your teachers?
No, but I'm.
And you shouldn't have had to go to college for that to be in your textbook.
Or did your teachers ever bring it up hey kids, we gonna show you?
But that's the problem. But even with that, the thing is, we as a people know that they are not going to do it. Even though they have the material to do it, they will not do it. So we need to stop saying, hey, you need to do it, and say, I need to do it.
Right.
I need to figure it out, and I need to teach it to my kids, because I know they're not going to do it. So I can't keep holding them responsible to do something that I know they're not, no matter how I feel about it, at the end of the day, they're not going to do it. So my kid gonna go without because I'm waiting on somebody to do something I know they're not gonna do. That don't make sense.
Yo, shout out to _Emmanuellas in the chat, checking in.
Hey.
_Emmanuellas for your Haitian American cuisine. I told you she was exotic, nigga. Right?
The food is delicious.
Now when we talk about shout out to Melissa Williams in the chat. Yo, now when we talk about black, what is black, right? Now, I think niggas need to get their definitions together, right? Right? When you say black, are you talking about black Americans, or are you talking about people of the African diaspora?
Listen, I've gotten DMs from the Hoteps that the Moorish nation giving me a whole script on a whole application on getting a card that shows that you are a Moor of this place. You do not belong to the United States Corporation of America. It goes deep. So honestly, I don't know what to use. I found myself touring at times too when I'm doing my job down. I don't be knowing to say African Americans, black people.
What'd you put on the census?
I don't know.
Man, you don't need to be dealing with that Moorish shit because you straight up. You straight up Native American out this joint. You indigenous to this land.
You put other?
But yeah, I put American Indian and black. If it gives me the option to pick more than one.
Right. So
American Indian.
See, the thing about black is, if you want to be technical, and you're talking about black, as far as America is concerned, that comes from the census, right? So that is a classification for the descendants of slaves. You know what I'm saying? And there are people who are indigenous to this land who were classified as black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, when we talk about black culturally, or in a colloquial, what the fuck? colloquialism.
Colloquialism.
You know what I'm saying?
Colloquialism.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We just talking about people with black skin, right? And that's not the same, right?
Right.
We are not the same. We are people from all types of places. You know what
But
I'm saying?
that's when they say black and brown. Because brown is the Indians,
you know what I'm saying? They
the
gotta stop that.
Haitians, West Indians.
And then you other niggas that
They
look
gotta
like
stop
the niggas
that.
that's descended of slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's pretty much what they saying. Like that's fucked up.
POC.
Right?
Niggas that was slaves and niggas that look like the niggas that was slaves.
Mm-hmm. And some of us were never slaves.
This is true.
Some of us own slaves.
This is also true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right?
No.
So if we want to go with the narrative that we are the original people, right? Then that means that the first sin was with us.
So we was Adam.
Right?
And Eve.
So
That's deep,
Right.
dog.
so if we God, we the devil.
What do you mean?
Nah.
Like, if
Well, they say we are like the black woman is God and we are the aliens. Like it's actually black folks that are the aliens because we were the it's so much stuff. So I see where you coming from, but that's a rabbit hole.
All I'm
So it's
saying
like-
is, I heard this quote, right, and I'm paraphrasing it, right, but that shit has stuck with me, right, and let's talk about racism, right. He said the underclass find it oppressive, you know, the intellectuals find it beneath them, and the ruler class finds it useful.
I mean,
Sounds what useful.
Huh? Racism. Right?
Oh.
The lower class finds it oppressive. The intellectuals finds it beneath them. And the ruler class finds it useful.
Because, I mean, you got a system it's in place that's going to make people hate on each other, and you don't even have to cause the uproar. You can just monitor and contain the shit and, like, focus the shit, like, to wherever you want it to be at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can use it to exploit shit, make money, capitalize, which is, like, the whole basis of American society. But I'm just saying, like, there's so many different, like, things that you could yield from, like, controlling like that or implementing that, something like that. Like, you know what I mean? That any level of prejudice, and it doesn't even have to really be racism, but any level of prejudice, especially on a societal basis, it's like